Again, this meeting was properly posted as required by the Texas Open Meetings Act. And I will let the record reflect that we have a quorum here. And the first item I'd like to do is to ask for a moment of silence at this time, please. Okay, thank you very much. And who's going to lead us in the pledge?
And he said, do we have a student leading the pledge? The presiding officer.
Presiding officer, all right. Would everyone please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, thank you. All right, the next item on our agenda is one I really regret. Recognition of departing board member Dr. Cesar Maldonado. We're honored tonight to have Senator Lucio with us. And Senator, I know you wanted to say a few words also for Dr. Maldonado, and we appreciate you being here, and we appreciate all you do as Vice Chairman of the Education Committee, protecting our kids here in South Texas. Would you like to come forward and make a few words, please, sir?
Thank you, President Powers, Superintendent Cavazos, members of the Harlingen Consolidated Independent School District. I'm very pleased to be here. Before I do make some unprepared remarks, didn't prepare anything. I don't think I have to talk about this great man over here to my right. But I do want to present something to you, President Powers, and to the board. I'm sitting there and I'm in total awe, and I'm thinking of the taxpayers of this community and how generous and how supportive they must be for this wonderful facility, for the fact that Harlington's been recognized as an all-American city over the years, and for the progress that has been made in this community that I proudly represent. One of about 31 communities of different sizes throughout my senatorial district. But I'd like to present to you, if I may, I'll walk up there to you in a minute, this working gavel. And I know you work quite a bit, and you don't get paid much, but I think at the end of your trail, at the end of wherever this may take you, at the end of that experience, we call it term of office, you will look back and find an incredible satisfaction that you were able to help thousands of young students, boys and girls, young men and women, that later will become leaders in this wonderful city. One of them we're going to be swearing in a few minutes. Is certainly a product of the Harlingen Consolidated Independent School District, but I'd like to present this working gavel to you, presented to the Harlingen HCISD Board of Trustees by Senator Eddie Lucio, June 2014.
Thank you very, very much, Senator. This is a real honor, and we appreciate, as I said earlier, you have done so much for the children of South Texas. You're an advocate. Many of the programs that we have in this state today that we'd have for our children are because of your efforts, and we realize that, and we recognize what a great friend you are, not only the Harlingen Independent School District, but to every school district that you represent, and really, in all honesty, all the children of Texas, because we watch what you do in Austin, and your efforts benefit not only us, but everybody. And we appreciate it. This board is I'm really honored to be a member of this board. I'm one of the younger members, and we're moving on with your help and other people's help. We're accomplishing some great things here, and I think next year you'll see a lot of great improvements that we're going to be bragging about too. So thank you again. We really appreciate this.
Thank you, Mr. President. And now, very briefly, I could talk volumes about Dr. Cesar Maldonado. He is an icon in my book, and one that also is homegrown, and a gentleman in every sense of the word. He defines leadership. To me, leadership is not the ability to tell people what to do. It is the ability to make people want to do the right thing through example. He certainly has lived a wonderful life of example each day of his life, along with his beautiful wife and family. They have contributed so much to our community, and now Houston wants him. And they want to pull him away, and they're going to have him for a while. He's going to obviously lead well there as well. But I wanted to also join with all of you here, the board and also the citizens of this wonderful community, to congratulate Dr. Maldonado and thank him for all that he has done that has brought Harlingen a lot of fame and a lot of recognition in what he has done as a member of this board and also as president of TSTC. I have a ceremonial gavel. This gavel is used to pass good public policy, something that Dr. Maldonado knows a lot about. Good public policy, always keeping the public, in mind, and obviously working with the public closely, that which he has done. To the Honorable Cesar Maldonado, PhD, PE, in recognition of distinguished service, trustee, Harlingen Consolidated Independent School District Board, and I may add, an exemplary Texan, and one that will go into the record books for all that he's done so very well for us over the years. And I will be working closely with him, making sure that we get the funds he needs to operate the Houston Junior College now in that area. And I know that some of our kids are going to probably wander over there and follow him. And I'll be one that will be there supporting him every step of the way. Congratulations, Dr. Cesar Maldonado.
Thank you. Senator, why is mine ceremonial and his is working? As you pointed out, wherever the journey leads us, and you wish us well, my journey's not over yet. I'm just shifting in where I serve, where I execute my public service. I'll share with you, my colleagues, and with the community that leaving here was not an easy decision, in spite of the fact of the wonderful opportunities that Houston Community College and that community has offered. I still think of Harlingen on a daily basis, and I think of all of you and how much fun you are having here running this district and living in this community. I learned more than I ever imagined from each of you. We deliberated, we pulled, we pushed, we remained united. So there were 7 of us working for the same cause, and even though we might not have agreed on the methods, we agreed on the mission. And at the end of the day, that was hugely educational and valuable to me. I am partly who I am because of you, because of the community and the confidence that the community placed in me. Know that when I go to Houston, part of you goes with me. Part of what I learned from each of you. The thought process is, when I look in the audience, when I look at the dais, I see your faces and I hear your voices. Part of you goes with me, and part of me stays here with you. And it always will be that way. Thank you for all the support and for the recognition that you've given me, for the opportunity you've given me to learn from you, make mistakes, get up off the ground and do it all over again. We're not done yet. I'm not and you're not. So we'll be talking some more. We'll be talking about partnerships. We'll be talking about that pipeline that we need to build for the economy of the state of Texas. And I have no doubt, as I work with my colleagues in Houston, and I remember you, that the education system in Texas is in good hands. Thank you very much for your dedication and for sharing with me.
Caesar, you're not done yet. Come on back. Come back up here for a minute. You get to hear
And bring the gavel.
all of us have a little bit to say. So, and honestly, I don't know where to start. Caesar and I go all the way back to high school. 40 years. We graduated in the same class, and you've had an unbelievable career, and you're still achieving goals. And you go from, and I'm only going to name a few of these, president and CEO of Textile, a family-built business that sold steel doors all over the world. I mean, it was a huge company, one of the biggest employers in Harlingen. They sold that. He started his own engineering firm for 5 or 6 years. And then he was able to be the president of TSTC, and not long ago was named the vice chancellor of TSTC Systems. And I'm skipping some things in there in the middle. I'm just trying to hit the highlights, in my opinion. But now he's chancellor of the Houston Community College. 70,000 students. That's more than the University of Texas or Texas A&M. 4,200 employees, an operating budget of almost $400 million. I mean, what a great career. What a great achievement for you. He's been a great public servant, as Senator Lucio said to this community. Again, I'm just going to hit a few of them. He was chairman of the Civil Service Committee, chairman of the Waterworks, chairman of Economic Development Corporation, Harlingen Chamber, the Airport Board, many, many others. But I think your greatest achievement in this city, in my opinion, was your service to Harlingen Independent School District. You were trustee since 2003. He had a tough race, but he had a great treasurer.
Yes, thank you for that, Greg.
He was president 2 times, brought great leadership to this board, played a large role in the legislative efforts to bring dual credit opportunities in Texas. You were instrumental in our district's ongoing transformation, a key component in forming the Innovation and Technology Committee with Dr. Pettis, a major factor in promoting and passing our bond issue of 2010. I mean, Caesar went to so many meetings and did so much work on his own that it was incredible. Your efforts and leadership have really helped our students to be college ready in the workforce and workforce ready. It's phenomenal what you've done in your career. It's unbelievable. And I'm really going to miss you. I know everybody on the board is going to miss you. And to show our appreciation, just a little token of our appreciation, we want to present you with this little memento.
And could we please have the remaining board members and Senator Lucio to join us for a group picture with Dr. Maldonado?
take your nameplate too if you like.
I will take it.
You got it,
Mr. President,
Yes, sir, Dr. Pettis.
so, Doc, we're gonna see if we can turn this into some sort of a roast or something. Real quick, no. Listen, we're just when you walk in, it was awesome to see you in the room, and we take great pride in knowing what you've done, not only here, but what you're going to do in Houston. And first, I'll be remiss if we didn't recognize your lovely and beautiful wife, your better half, Liz Maldonado. Please stand up and so everybody can give you a round of applause. I'm not a Doc. I'm not a marriage counselor.
So I in my great emotion, with all the appreciation that's been shown to me from the community tonight, I forgot to mention my lovely wife, who without I wouldn't be here today. So I want to acknowledge her and her efforts, and her gift tonight will be my name plaque. So tonight I'm going to retire
Senator,
this and let you have
we
it.
made it order another gavel. Doc, I just want to say for me, obviously, it's been a great honor to serve with you. We look forward with great anticipation and excitement at what you're going to do in higher ed in the future. What you've done already here, not only in the school board, but what you've done in TSCC and in higher ed, it's just been amazing. It's been fun to watch. You and I have had a lot of discussions and debates and this, that, the other, and I tell you what, it's just awesome to watch you at work. You're always thinking of a better way to do things, and it's never about you. It's never about taking credit. It's just about doing stuff. But the ability you have to think about things in different ways and to come up with innovative solutions is just amazing. But then a step further, create action plans and something that's actionable, that you can actually achieve something and do something. It's just amazing. And so it's no doubt that the legislators call you and the coordinating board call you, even when it's not even about your own institution. They call to ask you about the neighboring institutions, and the other institutions don't even know that these conversations are happening because they have that much trust in your knowledge and your competence, and that your heart's in the right place, and you're not doing it to take credit. You're doing it for to better the communities you serve. And so it's just been an honor. You're a trailblazer in education, and I can't wait to see what you do in that Houston area that's been kind of divided. It's been kind of under some turmoil. I can't wait to see what you do. And from a community college standpoint, the way you bring together the ISDs and the higher ed, it's just going to be fun to watch. And we hope to be, as you mentioned in your remarks, we hope to be a small part of it in some way, and I know you'll make sure that'll happen. We hope to partner in some way. And just keep doing what you're doing, Doc. And I tell you what, you're going to do great things. And we know our paths will cross frequently, and we expect them to. And we're going to be visiting you often in Houston. Thanks. It was just an honor to serve with you. And remember, the second most important title besides your husband to Liz is BFF. So don't forget that. Thanks, Doc.
Mr. President?
Javier?
Thank you, Mr. President. I remember when Caesar first found out, or I don't know when he first found out, but when he first came to my office, he sat down and he gave me some news, says I need to talk to you. And at first I thought I was in trouble, but that's a whole different issue. He says that he was going to be leaving TSC and is going to be going to Houston. And after we talked for about maybe 15, 20 minutes, it was a huge mixed emotions. And I said, man, I'm losing in three levels. I'm losing a great colleague. I'm losing the president of the college and the boss. But most importantly, I'm losing a friend. And I was opening up, and I thought he was going to open up too. He says, I'm not dying, Javier. I was like, okay, so much for opening up, and let me put the tear away. But Caesar, you've been an amazing mentor. In fact, I think when you left on the board meeting, we were making some decisions, and we're looking and says, okay, what does Caesar think? Oh wait, he's not in the board anymore. So okay, let's move forward. You've been a big impact to this board. You've been a great leader. I don't know if you even realize the impact that you've given to the community, to Harlingen, and to this board. It's amazing. We're very, very proud of you going over to Houston. I've heard a lot of good things about what you're doing over in Houston. Keep up the great work. We're always thinking about you, thinking about Liz. We know that we just didn't lose Caesar going to Houston. We also lost Liz as well, because she's going to be going over there, and she was a fantastic principal. We're losing a great principal as well, and we're losing one, but Houston has bigger and better things for her as well. So, Caesar, it's not just all about you; it's about your wife as well. So, great things are going to be happening to Liz as well. But thank you for being a friend, both of y'all, and I look forward to the great things that you're going to be doing and reading about. And also, I've heard about the big office that you have that's about the size of this room here. So, congratulations on that too.
Ms. Young.
I would only have to say that I agree with all of the wonderful things that have been said about Dr. Maldonado. The only thing I can think of to add is possibly something that you don't know. I taught him in, I don't remember if it was ninth grade or high school. And I can tell you that I never forget the names of my students who are very strong math students. So I have known Caesar's name forever.
The cleanup hitter, Mr. McShann.
Thank you very much, President Powers. You did an excellent job. You covered the biography. It was absolutely very reflective of Dr. Maldonado's career. When I think of Dr. Maldonado, I think of family. Really, he is family. Harlingen will always be family. And I've served with a lot of board members, but none like Dr. Maldonado. He's a thought leader. He is a complex, analytical, passionate educator. What the public didn't realize, obviously he started out in the private sector, very successful. And back in the 90s, he served as the chair of it was then called Tech Prep. He started that, which is now the RGV lead. And you must have done that for 15 years. But I noticed that he sort of like, I kind of like this. The engineer he is, he said, George, I kind of like this education stuff. He said, I think I might run for the school board. I said, you need to. And sure enough, he did. And I can say this, in the 12 years that he served on this board, transformation really started with him, because he would challenge the bureaucracy. And having been in the public sector all of my life, as a long time, as you know, educator, and TSTC, spent all the time there, 32 years, and he later came to TSTC, and it ascended to the level it is today. But Dr. Maldonado was one that would challenge, he would challenge issues. He would not take the status quo. He didn't believe in mediocrity. He always looked for how can we make this better? But at the end of the day, when the decision was made, he was a unifier. He would work within the system, and as a result of that, has changed his system here in HCISD. And lastly, let me say that his family, of course, his lovely wife Liz, and Liz and I have these conversations. I said, "How's Caesar doing?" I don't know. You probably saw him, but, before I did. Anyway, jokingly, but let me say that we know that public education, higher education is better because of you. You're in Houston. You know that you always have a lifeline here in Harlingen. You know that. You know that people here love you, we respect you, and just wish you the best. And Dr. Maldonado, there's a lot in store for you. You don't know what it's going to be. We don't know, but greatness is in your future. Again, thank you so very much for your service.
Dr. Cavazos.
Dr. Maldonado and soon to be Dr. Liz Maldonado, who is on track to receive her doctorate out of UT Austin. It's bittersweet. As you know, I'm losing a board member, close friend, and an amazing principal and a great educator. This district's loss is, of course, Houston's gain. I believe that as long as we stay engaged in public education, the whole system will benefit from it. Dr. Maldonado joined the board, I think, in 2003. I joined the district in 2001. And over the years, our relationship has become one where we are able to challenge each other, learn from each other. He came the non-traditional route from business into education and has done a tremendous job. Houston needs to hold on because there's some great things coming to that area of Texas as well. We are a stronger country and a stronger state as we continue to educate the students in our great state. Caesar, thank you for what you did for Harlingen CISD. You will be greatly missed, and we know you're not dying because Liz reminds us of that you're here. But thank you for what you did, and thank you for your unwavering commitment to the students in Harlingen CISD. And Liz, thank you for opening Lee Means Elementary and for your unwavering commitment to Means Elementary. You will be greatly missed, but we know we have a home in Houston when, oh, you didn't say that, but we're saying that. We know to visit you, and you have a home here with us. Thank you for what you do for public ed.
Okay, the next item is the oath of office for the appointed board member. Mr. Bobby Muniz, would you please come forward? And Senator Lucio, would you please come forward also? Sonia?
I have one. I'm honored to have this opportunity to give the oath of office to a young leader. You know, in the Texas Senate, if you ever visit our chamber, I want you all to look up right above the president's podium. There's a little inscription, and it's a very important inscription. It says, "In God we trust." God sends blessings, many blessings. One of them is leaving us for Houston. He served so well. We still serve this community, but I think God has a plan. And I'm a man of great faith, and I believe that He's once again has filled a void maybe that has happened with something special. I think Longfellow wrote a poem one time way back when I was in high school. I read it. It said, stopping by the woods on a snowy evening, I think the name of the poem was. And the stanza, at the end of each stanza, it says, "And miles to go before I sleep, and miles to go before I sleep." Well, like Dr. Maldonado has miles to go. And I pray for this young man, Dr. Bobby Muniz, to also have many miles to go before he sleeps, because I know there's greatness in the path that he's going to take as a member of this Consolidated Independent School District. I had to share that with you. And now it is my honor to swear in our new board member. Raise your hand and repeat after me. I,
I,
Dr. Jose R. Bobby Muniz,
Dr. Jose R. Bobby Muniz,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will faithfully execute
that I will faithfully execute
the duties of the office
the duties of the office
of trustee of the Harlingen Consolidated Independent School District
of the trustee of the Harlingen Consolidated Independent School District,
of the state of Texas,
State of Texas,
and will to the best of my ability
and will, to the best of my ability,
preserve,
preserve,
protect,
protect,
and defend the Constitution of
and defend the Constitution of
and the laws of the United States
and the laws of the United States
and of this state.
and of this state.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations. Because Dr. Muñiz is a great Texan, I have a very special flag that I kept on my desk after dedicating the pew over the state capitol on Memorial Day. And this is one of them, Doctor. May this flag remind you that all of us in this room and those that are not able to make it here today have a greater respect for you as a great Texan of this great state.
And at this time, can we have the board members and Senator Lucio for a picture, please? Sure.
You need me.
And if there's any family of Dr. Muniz, you're more than welcome to come up for a photo right at this moment. Thank you.
You want to invite your family to take a group picture? Got it, Ms. Young?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah.
That's perfect. All right, here we go, please. Can we bring her over to this side over here, right on down, right over here? Right here. There we go. That way she can sit right there. There, now she's good. There you go. All right, here we go. On the count of three. All right, here we go. Ready? And one sip this one. Okay. Ready? 1, 2, and 3. Okay, hold on. Let me get the little baby. There, perfect. 1, 2, and 3. There we go. We got it.
Thank you.
Oh, I do. I kept, finally I asked Lauren, I said, isn't that one of Bobby's brothers? That's right. So are you the baby? We won't tell anybody. Okay.
These chairs mixed up.
Don't get them mixed up, sir.
I just meant the baby.
Dr. Muniz,
I think you got a seat over here, sir.
you get to come up here. First of all, before you come up, congratulations. We welcome you aboard. We're really excited. And if you'd like to make any comments,
I'd rather him sit in his place while we talk
All right.
to him. That's your,
come on and have a seat.
It's your seat, sir.
Yes.
Is his name on it?
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
I get. Do you want me to? Are you going to start?
He's going to say it.
He's going to say a few words. Okay.
Whole different point of view from up here. Yes, thank you very much for having me. And Senator Lucio, that's really an honor to have him here swearing me in. That was awesome. Thank you very much, Senator Lucio. And I definitely want to recognize my family for being here. Without their support, I wouldn't be here. As Caesar, we mentioned family. Family's so very, very important to me. The one public thing that I really want to address to everybody is, I'm here for the children. That's why I'm here. My children, as you can see, are small. They're the future. And I want to make sure that we are in the right direction, which we are, and we continue to be in the right direction. I'm happy to be part of this team. This is an awesome team. Every single individual on here is excellent. So I'm very proud to be part of this board. Thank you very much.
Mr. President.
Dr. Pettis?
Yeah. So, as many of us were chatting earlier about how we all had lots of folks come up to us in the community and stuff, and this has just been sort of a great decision, and we're so glad that Dr. Muniz has accepted to serve, and we're honored to serve with you. It's been amazing because there's so many people that's come up and said, "My God, that was a great selection, great." And we all talk about, "My God," it's like everybody loves this guy. He's awesome, and we kind of knew that, but it was just now it's just sort of more evident. And so somebody asked me, said, "Matt, how did you convince him to serve?" And it's kind of if you think about it, in a lot of communities except Harlingen, it's hard to find really good people to want to serve in the school board. Harlingen, we've been blessed. It's a little different here. And here we sort of can get the best of the best, And somebody asked me, said, the guy's he's like a lottery ticket, man. How'd you get that guy? He's like a lottery pick. He was like if you know anything about professional sports, he was like the first round. You got the first round pick. Usually when you get the first round, the first pick of the first round, you have to have done really, really poorly the season before, right? But I want you to know something, and each one of us could love to take credit. He's a guy, it's my guy. We all take credit for you. We love you so much, and we know we're going to, have great service with you, and we're going to enjoy it so much. but only one person gets credit for this. And that's because we look who we traded in for you. We traded up for this pick. And Dr. Maldonado, this is all because of you. And and so that when you have a trade like that, you can get whoever you want. So listen, honored to serve with you. You know, we're good friends, and I respect so much what you do with the pharmacy and the community. And we just look forward to serving with you. And it's gonna be a lot of fun. And like you said, it's all about the students. And just let's enjoy the ride.
Thank you very much. I'm excited.
Let me say congratulations, welcome to the board. I just want to say that I would be remiss if I would not state that there are two people missing tonight. That's his mom and dad, Robert and Lupita Muniz. They're out of the country, and I wanted to publicly state that I know they would love to be here, but they didn't know that this was going to happen. I know had they known, they probably would cancel the trip. But I know that they're very proud of you. We're very proud of you. And the Muniz family that's here, you're a pillar of this community. And this one thing is ironic, Dr. Muniz, when I was elected to the board, I think we were the same age. So that means that, you know, you might get, I had jet black hair back in the day. I know you have young kids, but I didn't tell you that, but that may be part of the deal. See? But that is true. I was reflecting back at my 27 years on the board. It's about when I got started. I was his age. That's amazing. But we're so honored to have you. As we look at our board, Dr. Maldonado leaving and bringing in someone, as Dr. Pettis said, a #1 draft pick, we feel very good about you being on this board, and thank you so very much. And we look so forward to you serving.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Mr. De Leon.
You know, the night we made the decision, the next day, about maybe 11:30 or 12 o'clock in the afternoon, I received about maybe 15 texts saying that Dr. Muniz was amazing, he was great, he's going to be fantastic. We weren't going to be missing a beat on the board. I'm sorry, Caesar. We weren't going to be missing a beat on the board and all these things. And I text Dr. Pettis back saying, wow, you know, Bobby's a super popular person. Watch out, because Dr. Pettis thought he was the most popular person. I think Dr. Muniz is kind of right on his tail. But you know, we're really excited. You know, I remember one day when I first started, and I know that Mr. Power said that he was the youngest one on the board. I think now it's Dr. Muniz that's the youngest one on the board.
I'd like to think I was.
But I remember when I first started, you know, I one of the things that came out of my mouth was I talked to Lee Means, the late Lee Means, fantastic woman and a great individual. And when I sat in, I said, Miss Means, it's going to be hard to fill the shoes of the people that were on the board. And I remember her saying, don't worry about filling other people's shoes, fill your own shoes. And that's exactly. I know you have big shoes to fill with Dr. Maldonado, but like Ms. Means told me one day, you just fill your own shoes and you're going to do fantastic. You're going to do great on this board, and we're very, very fortunate. Like Dr. Pettis was saying, you're a #1 draft choice, so congratulations. You're going to be doing fantastic, and the community is very lucky to have you.
Thank you very much.
All right, we're going to move on to the next item, which is awards and recognitions. Recognition of FFA students' achievements during the Rio Grande Valley Livestock Show. Maritza Gallaga.
Good evening. Board President, trustees, superintendent, tonight we recognize the achievement and leadership of our Harlingen High School and Harlingen High School South FFA programs. During the Rio Grande Valley and San Antonio Livestock Show this past spring, our programs had a total of 13 students make sales in place during the event. To make a sale in place symbolizes not only the quality of the project, but the time, dedication, and energy students place into them. These students represent the strong traditions of FFA our programs carry and strive to not only excel in their areas of agriculture, but as citizens as well. Board President, Superintendent, at this moment, we ask if you please join us at the floor as we recognize these outstanding students. They will be recognized individually for his or her achievement, and we ask for them, when their name is called, to come up for an individual photo and stay on the floor for an end group photo with the campus. We also ask for any campus ag teachers or administrators to please come up for the campus photo at the end. And so we will start with Harlingen High School. Our first student is Hunter Flores, who was named the Vegetable Division Champion and earned 6th place overall in the Horticulture Division Championship. Courtney Young earned 2nd place in the Pen of Market Rabbits Division. For students, if you'll remain on the floor after your individual photo is taken so we can get a really nice group photo. Trevor Gilbert earned 1st place in the Dark Cross Market Hog Division. Unable to attend today was Orion Mancias. Student Trace Thomas earns 3rd place in the Market Goat Division. If we could please have the Board of Trustees join for a group photo. And the Harlingen High School Ag teachers and administration present, please. If the board members could please remain on the floor as you recognize the other candidates. Hi, Daisy. And for our Harlingen High School South recognition, today we have student Cassidy Fitting, who was named Grand Champion in both the Market Sheep and Market Goat Division. Unable to attend tonight were Hunter Lehman, William Goad, Emily Susan, Marisol Settles, Cassidy O'Rear, Eva O'Rear, and Jonathan Garza. So please have everyone join for a final group photo with the Harlingen High School Ag teachers and administration present, please. Thank you.
Okay, the next item on our agenda is the approval of the minutes. First set of minutes is for May 13th, 2014, our regular board meeting. I'm assuming everyone has had a chance to look those over. Do we have any corrections or additions to the minutes? To all three.
Mr. President, I move approval.
Second.
It's been moved by Dr. Pettis, seconded by Mr. De Leon, to approve the minutes for May 13th, 2014. All those in favor say aye.
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 Minutes are approved. I'm going to go ahead and take the next two up, I guess, together, unless there's any objection. The May 19, 2014 special board meeting budget workshop and the June 3rd, 2014 special meeting. Do we have any corrections or additions to those minutes?
Mr. President, I make a motion for approval as recommended.
Second.
Been moved by Mr. De Leon and seconded by Mr. McShann that we approve the minutes. Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Minutes are approved. The next item is the consent agenda. First item is awards of proposals and contracts. Mr. Gracia. I guess we just go through it. All right. I don't think there's any questions from the board on any of the items. We'll go through budget amendments, monthly tax collection information, monthly financials, quarterly investment reports. Are there any questions on any of these items?
Mr. President, I move approval of the consent calendar.
I have a
Second.
motion.
And I'll second.
Moved by Dr. Pettis, seconded by Mr. McShann, that we approve the consent calendar. Any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Consent agenda is approved. The next item on the agenda is public comments. I don't believe we have any tonight, do we? We have no public comments tonight. So item number 8, matters relating to transformation and school support. The Innovation and Technology Committee. Dr. Cavazos, please.
Yes, Mr. President, board members, senior team, and of course the audience. We had 2 items on the agenda of June 3rd, 2014. We did a review of data for expanding the technology-rich learning environment presented by Veronica Corton and James Piercy, where there was a comprehensive review of the data on the survey that was conducted with students in grades 3 through 11 as we continue into our transformation into a digital district. The second item was to discuss a plan to increase the efficiency of communication between the teachers, parents, students, and community, and looking at the consolidation of all our communication mediums to allow for parents to be able to monitor students' grades, monitor the latest news and events occurring in the district, as well as our entire school community. A presentation was done by Mr. Shane Strubart, our Director of Public Relations and Community Engagement, and that was aligned to the strategic plan as well as the first one. And those were the 2 items. I'll turn it over to the chair, Dr. Perez, in case he wants to add anything.
Just briefly, Dr. Cavazos and board, I think that, it's exciting to know that this digital district concept has actually taken such great root in the schools and the community and built such great momentum. And I'm really excited to see what's sort of coming of it. And it's really excited to see as phase 2 and phase 3 coming in. So really applaud you on that, and especially because it's not about the tools or the devices. It's about the learning, and you guys have had fidelity to that since day one, and it's always been about the learning, not the tools, and so it's really exciting. On the communication side, that was a great presentation. Mrs. Trubart did a phenomenal job with that. Really exciting to see us sort of engage the community in vastly different ways and more effectively, and I think that that's going to pay huge dividends and going to really result in more student achievement directly. So really applaud you for that, and I look forward to next meeting. And just for those of you in the audience and board members, it really is these committee. Of course, I'm biased. I'm the chair of the committee, but I think these discussions are critically important for the district. It allows the school board and it allows the to sort of engage with Dr. Cavazos and his team to sort of figure out where we've been and where we're going. And so the discussions are very enlightening, very exciting. And it's really sort of what I feel is sort of the cutting edge of the school district. And I applaud you, Dr. Cavazos, for your leadership in this for as many years as it's been around since the beginning. And I look forward to the next meeting. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, the next item is number 9, matters related to business services. Consider approval to extend the contract for financial auditing services. Julio Cavazos.
Thank you, Mr. Powers, Dr. Cavazos, board members. Agenda item 9A is to consider approval to extend contracted services for financial auditing services. That's the external audit. We're recommended to extend one more year with for these services with Long Chilton. They've been the auditors for the past 4 years. We typically bid this out every 5 years, so probably next year we'll bid it out again. So we're recommended to extend it for one more year.
Mr. President, I move approval to extend contract for financial audit and services to Long Chilton.
Do I have-
Second the motion.
It's been moved by Mr. McShann, seconded by Mrs. Young, that we approve to extend the contract for financial auditing service with Long Chilton. Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. Those opposed? Motion carries. Number 10, approval of policy update 99, legal and local revisions to policy BDB, local, EIF, local, on second reading. Ms. Rosalinda Vargas.
Thank you, Mr. Powers, Dr. Cavazos, board members. We bring for your consideration possible approval revisions regarding Update 99 and 2 local policies, BDB local, board internal organization and internal committees, and EIF local academic achievement graduation on second reading. I would like to bring your attention to a yellow folder on the dais. Each one of you have a copy of our policies that we're bringing forward today. And specifically, the board did ask for a change, BDB local, where we reviewed and discussed on May 13th, school board meeting, the renaming of the Innovation and Technology Committee, and that would be BDB local on page 103 of your agenda. And the change would be from the Innovation and Technology Committee to the Transforming Teaching and Learning Committee. Ms. Laurier serves as our board chair, as our chair for that committee, and I'd be glad to answer any questions. Since she's not here today, we did have other committee members that were present that day that may want to add today.
Okay, do we have any questions? Do we have a motion?
I make a motion for approval.
Second.
It's been moved by Mr. De Leon, seconded by Dr. Pettis, that we approve the update 99, et cetera, on item number 10. Is there any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed? It's approved. Okay, number 12, approval of school board standing committee members for 2014, 2015. I'm sorry, excuse me. Number 11, matters relating to district operations, facility committee report from Julio Cavazos, please.
Thank you, Mr. Powers, Dr. Cavazos, board members. Mr. Tapia is not here today, so I'm going to go over this agenda item. We had a facility committee meeting on June the 3rd. After the call to order by Mr. McShann, we discussed several topics to include HCISD logo on the proposed water tower in the west side of town. We're actually proposing to put our logos on both sides of the tower. Committee members agreed that was a good idea, and the cost was reasonable, about $14,000 for both of those logos. An update was given on the school health professions. It's about 65% complete. Bond construction projects were also discussed, and bond construction funds were also discussed. Mr. McShann is the committee chair, and if you would like to elaborate, Mr. McShann.
So it was an excellent report. Mr. Tapia gave us an update. The architects on the projects were present and gave presentation, as well as the managers of the construction projects. and they are on schedule, and we're very pleased with the report.
All right, let's move on to item number 12. Item number 12 is approval of school board standing committee members for 2014-2015 school year. I believe that everyone has in their packets the committees that I think everyone wants to serve on. And unless there's any questions, I would go ahead and entertain a motion.
President, I move approval of the school board standing committees for the 2014-2015 school year.
Do I hear a second?
Second?
It's been moved by Mr. McShann, seconded by Mr. De Leon, that we approve the assignments, the board standing committee assignments. Any further discussion? No further discussion. We'll proceed to vote. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Committees are approved. Number 13, approval of campus assignments for board members for 2014-2015 school year.
Mr. President, I move to table this item till our next regularly scheduled board meeting.
All right.
Second?
It's been moved by Dr. Pettis and seconded by Mr. De Leon that we table this, the campus assignments until the next meeting. Is there any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed? Okay, it's tabled till next meeting. Number 14, we're adjourning to close our executive session pursuant to Texas Government Codes, Sections 551.071, 551.072, 551.074, and 551.082 of the Open Meetings Act for the following purposes. A, discuss employment of Director of Special Education. B, discuss employment of Grants and Special Projects Manager. C, discuss employment of teachers and other professional staff. At this time, we're adjourned into special session. Executive session. First item is to discuss employment of Director of Special Education. Do we have a motion?
Mr. President, I move that the board employ the Director of Special Education, Daniel Garza, as recommended by the administration.
Second.
It's been moved by Mr. McShann and seconded by Dr. Pettis that the board employ Daniel Garza as the Director of Special Education. Is there any further discussion? We'll proceed to vote. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. All those opposed? All right, motion carries. Number B, employment of Grants and Special Projects Manager.
Mr. President, I move approval to hire the Grants and Special Projects Manager as recommended by administration and executive session.
Second?
It's been moved by Dr. Pettis and seconded by Mr. De Leon that we employ the Grants and Special Projects Manager as recommended by staff in the executive session. Is there any further discussion? All right, we'll proceed to vote. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries. Number C is discuss employment or discuss and approve employment of teachers and other professional staff. Do I hear a motion?
Mr. President, make a motion for approval as recommended by administration.
I second.
It's been moved by Mr. De Leon, seconded by Mr. McShann that we approve the employment of teachers and other professional staff as discussed in executive session. Is there any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries. There being no further business before the board, we are adjourned.